What's going on, everybody? Mr. HD here, and today we have Build a Drip to Kill It Volume 2, or Episode 2. And to get dumbass, and to get the rest of these out of the way, I'm just doing all the cars I did in Forza 3, just so you can see our old favorites come back. This episode, if you noticed, it said it was supposed to be on Sunset, and now I'm on the Nürburgring. So what you're telling yourself is like, hey, hi, fuck. So what happened was I was trying to film it and I had it on simulation steering. I figured, okay, it turns out I'm fucking terrible in simulation steering, and the run I did, I finished 12th out of 13th, and it was actually so embarrassing I didn't want to put it up. So I backed out, I went and changed my steering, and then the next one was on Kaido, and I was like, oh perfect, that's what I did my first V12 Vantage on. So I went and did that, and wouldn't you know it, my assisted braking was on. I was like, why, how? I never used that. Usually I have no ABS. So I had to completely scrap that one, which was sad. And then this was the third attempt, and I said, I don't care how bad or good I do, this is what's going to be. The first disappointment about this was I couldn't put the race engine in, so I couldn't have the exact same builds before. I put the Aston 177 engine in, which I was going to, but it had 750 horsepower, and I figured you guys were like, hey, that's too lots of power, or you don't do lots of power, blah, and I was like, eh. So I just stuck with the stock V12, which still sounds, it's not as fucking awesome as the other one, but it still sounds as pretty good, and I supercharged it actually, so you can kind of hear the faint wee of the supercharger. I'm never going to make that noise again, but you can kind of hear the supercharger a little bit, but yeah, so that was kind of disappointing. Also, before I get into it, I fucked up on building this car. I made the back tires way too wide. I figured, you know, it has 645 horsepower, I think, so I figured it could handle like 325s. Aero was wrong, so very, very wrong. Okay, so about the car, it's beautiful in this game with the lighting on it. Just in this, the red I got it in. It's just, it's so beautiful. Like, it's probably one of the best looking cars in the game, in my opinion. It's too bad the V8 Vantage wasn't in this game, because that would be awesome. Anyway, yeah, it bummed me out that I couldn't put any like normal powered engine into the car. It was either the stock motor or the 177 motor, and it kind of bummed me out because I didn't want to have 750 horse in my car. Anyway, the car weighs 3,000 pounds, which, you know, you sound like, oh, that's not too much. I know cars that, like, modern cars that weigh like 4,000, but like, for the tires I had on, and they were stock tires, but they're wide as shit in the front and the back. For the tires I had on it, you could really feel that weight, and that kind of just sucked the fun out of it. I don't know how I'm going to stretch this for my but you can kind of feel the car, like, it's not as responsive as you'd want it to be. You know, maybe it's because I've been driving a Torino for the past couple days, but anyway, it's just, I don't know, I just feel like there's something missing out of this car. Like, it kind of hindered on the fun, and it kind of hindered on the effectiveness, because you could, whenever you wanted it to like snap, I think it's because I was on simulation, but whenever you wanted to snap over and just like whoop, it was just like bleh, bleh. It was just really sluggish and annoying, and I didn't like it at all. It wasn't terrible though, because like you still have this sexy body on that you're drifting with, and you can still like blow past people doing sideways, and they're like, holy shit, dude, that's like an Aston. And I'm terrible right now. I get robbed here, watch. Like, come on, you douchebags. Anyway, some really good things about this car, though, is that, like, this was my bad, like its predecessor on Forza 3, it's really, really consistent. Like, it's not, I guess that weight kind of helps it not be too touchy, so it's really smooth, and it's really fun to use. It's fast as all hell. This guy in front of me is not slow, and I'm just like, this was my bad. If you're watching this guy in the Supra, that was completely my fault. I apologize. I was trying to look fancy for my subscribers. Anywho's it's, It's fast as shit. It's really consistent, really easy to drive. If I had, I'm gonna put smaller tires on it now that I know, but like, you know, that's the whole point of this series, is to build a car and then go use it, right? So, yeah, I blanked. So other than the weight thing, that's the only part that really gets me. If this car was made 2,700 pounds, 2,800 pounds, it'd be a lot more fun. It would have that snappiness to it, but it was my fault for putting two big tires on the back. Maybe I should have swapped out the wheels or the rims, because I didn't do that, because I just figured the stock ones look nice. But yeah, overall, the car is not the worst car I've made, but I had, like, the Dodge Ram is much more fun to use. I would use the Dodge Ram over this. But yeah, so we're gonna go on to the scores here. The Aston, oh, look at that wall tap, flying wall tap. I'm gonna move on to the scores here. Of course, the beautiful, absolutely beautiful Aston Martin V12 Vantage is gonna get an effective score of 7 because of the weight that's gonna hold it back, and the fun factor is 8 because at the end of the day, you are driving a V12 Aston Martin, and it's sexy and it sounds good, and ugh. So that brings the overall score to 15, and I'm not sure if that beats out the Dodge Ram. I don't remember the score, but thanks for watching, guys. Next episode will be the Honda Civic. So I'll see you soon, and thanks for watching.